out there, so you'll make that.
I'll call the regular monthly meeting of the Johnson County Fiscal Court to get to order at this time. And the first item, hopefully we won't insult Colin Kaepernick or whatever that guy's name is too much, but please, I ask everybody please stand and put your hand over your heart. Thank you, meeting. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is the approval of minutes of the previous meeting. You will have the minutes before you. Is there any suggested changes, corrections, or amendments to the minutes? Not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion by Commissioner Adams. Second by Commissioner Gamble. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Next item is the approval of monthly bills. You have the bills before you, and you have some also that was in the folder. There is a question about one of the bills that, Maddie, you're going to
Check on it tomorrow.
Okay. Is there any other outstanding bills in your ad here? Is there
No, they're all good.
just general service? Okay.
Motion. Take the bills as presented.
Have a motion by Commissioner Gamble to approve the bills as presented.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Daniel. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Motion carries. Next item is transfers by the fiscal court. We have I do not want to do this transfer, Patty.
Oh, you know?
Not the 285. We have an issue. The bank has contacted us a couple of times in the last month about a fund balance that we have over there related to the judicial center. It has nothing to do with fiscal court's activities. It's related to the judicial center and the construction back around 2005 or 6. And they left, when they made some money or payments into, was it a sinking fund, Mike, that...
It was a sinking fund that no, you're not a corporation.
Yeah. And the bank wanted, there's $285,000 sitting there, and they said, we don't want to keep it.
No, you're getting two different things mixed up.
Yeah, this
This is a different one, Judge. This is the one that the transportation department.
No, this is $285,000 from Mason.
Uh-huh.
Right. The sinking fund is at Citizen National Bank at 300 and something thousand.
Well, $285,000 is the one that we had, that went to a, that's right, Mike, this went to a different fund. It was wire transferred into a basic account that should have been into
The road
the
department.
road department account.
Right.
So they said that account had been closed, and I asked for some information about how did the money get in the account that was closed. So that's an issue. We need to get it into the road and bridge because we know that's where it goes. So we'll go ahead and do this one, but the other one is a similar situation where we've got money sitting in an account that we need to change to another
Okay.
time.
We need to change this, though. We need
Okay.
to transfer this.
So having said that, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the transfers here.
Move to approve transfers.
Motion by Commissioner Daniel,
Second.
second by Commissioner Adams. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is transfers for the sheriff. We have they want to make a budget transfer from 5015-455 gasoline account to 015015-446 police equipment and supplies in the amount of $5,000.
Move to make transfer.
Have a motion to make the transfer to the sheriff. And a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is amendment to the sheriff's office. We have an amendment for unanticipated revenues in the amount of Lake Patrol contract of $30,123.50, reimbursement for overcharge of $32.50, and returning a fugitive $323.80. They are recommending that the Lake Patrol contract of $30,123 be used to increase 5015-103 deputies' gross salaries of $30,123.50, gasoline for $32.50, and travel expense for $323.80. Any comments on the sheriff's amendment to his budget?
Motion to approve amendment.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a second? Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. It's that time of the year again, and we've got all the taxing districts that are scrambling around trying to get the tax rates set. Pretty much every taxing district out there, we may have one or two of them that we've gotten in so far. We still have a couple of weeks to get it done. Is that right, Sally? There's no problem right at the present time. I think we're going to be talking one for the library shortly when we get down to it. But having this one, it has to do with the fiscal court's tax rates. We just got those in a couple days ago. We've got real property, and we've got automobile and watercraft information. It's a pleasure of the court. Is this something you want to? Got any questions right now, or do you want to take a look at them and have a little more time? What's the pleasure of the court? Let's set the rate this time.
there's no, we've got a few weeks that we could look at this
Yeah,
and
you
go
got-
over it a little bit better.
Yeah, if you want some time to look at that, because I know you just got it. There's no problem with selling.
Some of the districts are not going to meet till like the 26th of September, so.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, we can do it the next 3 days. First part of next week, either one is. Yeah, special meeting won't be a problem. So what you rather do?
Kind of
Okay, why
look at it and
don't we just not take any action on this item at this time, and we'll reserve this for a special meeting, item for a special meeting. Okay, next item is Rock House generator bid opening. We have been working with Regina here now for quite some time on trying to get generator back up for a lot of our first response areas, fire departments, I guess local government, city building, our own building here. We got a generator out and back now. How many of these do we have, Virginia? Do you know right off the top of your head?
3,
3?
plus dispatch already had one.
Okay.
here, So 4 in the county.
Okay. So we have to open the bids, I guess, on those, for those people that bid on this generator at Rock House. Looks like we have 3 of these. Hers, Paul, why don't you take that one? Can you lift that? Virginia, you may have mediate this thing. Why don't we start with Paul?
we just open it.
Open that up, Paul, good.
Like with your friend.
Yeah, you want to do it?
This one is from B&S Plumbing and Electrical, Paintsville Road, Paintsville, Kentucky. Bobby Sprague, the owner.
Who?
Bobby Sprague. Installation of Caterpillar Model D62 LC diesel generator set upon a concrete pad surrounded by 6 feet 9 gauge chain link fence as outlined in paragraphs 26 and 27. See attached bill of material for detailed description of said generator. Completion of work should be within 7 days. Price is $66,045.21.
Now, is that just for the generator or?
Generator and installation.
Huh?
Generator and completion of installation.
Turnkey.
Kathy, who you got?
I got Wayne at Supply.
Wayne Supply?
Company, yeah, in Lexington. Since there's so many different specs and stuff that,
They should be 8 copies there.
yeah.
8.
Yeah,
8, yeah, there's 8.
because we'll use them in review.
Okay, there's 8. Price, is $35,979. 35,979.
Is it all for the same?
Is it all for the same price? Looks like it's.
What they all say?
Looks like it. 2 hole, 3 wire.
So 35,979 is Wayne Supply's bid?
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron, what do you got?
I've got Eastern Telephone and Technologies. It's a 60 kilowatt diesel powered, 2140 volt, single phase, delivered with a breaker, 400 amp, two pole, 3-wire automatic transfer switch, so on. The price is $46,678.
678.
46,678.
Wayne Supplies was for all those details that he
That's-
just read to.
How would you suggest we proceed, Virginia?
Judge, this is a lot of technical components. It's the delivery, installation, that means the electrical hookup, which is very complicated. It's the construction of the concrete pad and the fencing, the security fencing. I would suggest that we review these bids make sure that all the technical parts are included and meet all the standards and the specifications. And also, we have to ensure that the companies are able to do business with the federal government.
Okay, so I think what she's saying, makes long story short here, there's so much involved in this project from start to finish that we want to make sure that everybody's bidding on this thing. We're bidding apples against apples and not somebody bidding part of the project and not all. So I think, are you asking that you review them all, then we come back and award the contract, or that we award it contingent upon meeting?
I would prefer to review and then come back and report back to the court
Okay,
on the
this
review.
time, if the court's in agreement, then I would entertain a motion that we appoint Regina to review all three of these bids, come back at a special meeting or other venue that might arise first, and report back to the court and give us a more concise explanation of what they bid on, and whether or not they meet, all of them meet their requested bid package, right?
So
Okay.
moved.
We have a motion by Commissioner Adams
Second.
and second by Commissioner Daniel to have Regina review the bid packages, and upon her completion of that, to contact us and we'll set up a special meeting as necessary to award the bid. Any motion and second, any other discussion? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution on hazard mitigation. Is this what we do every time we update that mitigation plan? Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge. Every 5 years, with the help of the Big Sandy Area Development District, they update the regional hazard mitigation plan, which is the 5 Big Sandy counties. So really during the past year, I've been working with AID representing Johnson County and Paintsville concerning the hazard mitigation plan. And of course, this is really important now because it's tied to FEMA funds, and we have to have this document. It's been sent to Atlanta and approved, correct? So now it's coming back just for the approval of the cities and all the fiscal courts. We just need the resolution, approved from Johnson County.
What kind of changes were made in the resolution?
Pardon?
So what kind of additions or whatever was added to it?
All this spans over like 5 years, and of course it lists the current, just like all the flood data or tornado activity, landslides, and all the counties and cities, feeds this information to the ad, and then he goes in and, updates the plan, And of course it also refers to activities such as generator projects or something like that, or hazards that we might want to, try to mitigate in the future. So it would just changes like that to make the plan.
And if you have one of these that's not been punched, the hole's not been punched in, that I can sign.
No, I don't. You want me to go make you one?
Oh, we can just, whenever we get it done, Sally will need to put the number on and everything. Just give Gary a call when you've got it, and we're ready to.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and approve it.
Pardon?
We want to approve it?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and adopt it here, and then we'll get a copy of it later. Need a motion to approve the hazard mitigation plan, which is what we do every 5 years. Motion by Commissioner Danny,
Second.
second by Commissioner Adams. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Let me read just some highlights on the resolution, just for the record. Whereas the unit of local government of Johnson County has experienced severe damage from flooding, thunderstorms, wind, hail, lightning, wildfires, landslides, tornadoes, and severe winter storms on many occasions in the past century, resulting in property loss, loss of life, economic hardship, and threats to public safety. Whereas the Big Sandy multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan has been developed by the Big Sandy Area Development District in partnership with local subcommittees in the Regional Mitigation Planning Committee, as well as citizens of the Big Sandy region. Whereas the plan recommends many hazard mitigation actions that may help to protect people and property affected by natural hazards that face Johnson County. Whereas a public meeting was held to review the plan as required by law, now therefore be it resolved by the Fiscal Court of Johnson County that the Big Sandy multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan is hereby adopted as the official plan of the Johnson County Fiscal Court. Next item is Department of Transportation Skate Road Resolution. As you know, many times in the past when the state comes in and upgrades a highway like US 23 or any other 460 or any of the others, it could be from, depending on what period of time we're talking about. But when Big Sandy, or when DOT in Paintsville, District 12, I guess, when US 23 was built along its current roadway several years ago, up at Skate Hollow, which is across the road there from 1750, where you turn to go up the branch, Good Fork. They left an old stretch of the existing road that still has blacktop on it, down there close to where those houses are, just off Skate Road. We had some questions by some of the property owners in that area that the state, since 23 is now located at several feet away, the state's not maintaining that, and they asked us if we would consider adopting that in and maintaining that property. There's a sufficient number of homes in that area to meet our standards, and we have proposed a resolution here at this time to transfer that maintenance to Johnson County Fiscal Court. Resolution reads as follows: whereas the Johnson County Fiscal Court, in a letter dated July 19, 2016, wishes to take over ownership and maintenance of Skate Road at East Point. Skate Road is a former section of Kentucky 1428 that was bypassed with the construction of US 23. Skate Road, identified as PR 1183 in the state's HIS system, is 0.313 miles or 1,653 feet long. Now therefore, it's hereby ordered the state road as referenced above shall be adopted into the county road system contingent upon the execution of this resolution. I would recommend at this time that we cooperate with the District 12 office and assume responsibility for that transfer.
This is up across the hill from 1750 where
Yes.
the skating rink used to be.
Yes.
Across from me.
Yeah. Okay. Rankin Range, which is already one of our county roads attaches to it.
Right. And there's lots of houses up there too, so it meets all the criteria. Need a motion to that effect?
Make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gamble,
Second.
second by Commissioner Daniel. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Give it, Eddie, something. We'll need to get Sam a copy of that, Eddie, so he can get that up to Michael office.
Okay.
Next action is personnel action at the road department. We've had a resignation recently by William Call at the road department. He left open really without any notice at all. Just did not show up and let us know that he was taking another position. And we have a vacancy for skilled labor and a truck driver. Recommending at this time the road foreman has asked that we employ James Price as a skilled laborer and truck driver. Mr. Price is extremely qualified, holds a Class A commercial CDL driver's license with a hazmat endorsement. And we're recommending at this time employing Mr. Price at the road department in a skilled labor truck driver position. Got a motion by Commissioner Adams, second by Commissioner Gamble. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Now this is contingent upon obviously all employees of Johnson County Fiscal Court. We do pre-employment physicals on them, and we do drug testing and so forth. That's just merely a way of trying to protect the public. And as soon as Mr. Price meets all the criteria and goes through the exams, then we'll employ him in that position. Next item on the agenda, we have a situation out at Easy Street on Cross Creek. We had in 1997, I think. I don't remember which map here's got the right number. When we extended the right-of-way on Easy Street, where you go through the cut out there, and the street runs, it's like it tees, and it runs all the way right and left down to the end of the line. And we adopted those roads into the county maintenance system back in '97. And apparently at that time, according to the map that we have on file, the distance on the road that we adopted somehow got screwed up. And when they started maintaining the road, the owner had extended the road beyond where the map showed it would end. So technically speaking, we were maintaining a road that we had not adopted, and we've gotten a question from a landowner out there, property owner, that says you guys are maintaining a road that's not in your system, and they recommended that we reinstate the distance, the proper distance that we had on file, already been adopted, and it's on file. It's on our road aid map, and it's also certified by the State Department of Transportation. So to adjust that distance back to the original distance where it should have gone, I'm asking at this time that we make that adjustment and we only maintain up to whatever the distance was that we adopted at, when we first started doing this. We need to amend that strip. According to the original plat map, it has been determined that this street extended in a northeast direction beyond the original designation for the ending point of the street. The distance in county maintenance for County Road 1203 Easy Street needs to be amended to 0.38 miles or 2,051 feet to correspond with the plat map. Now, that doesn't mean that this road was extended 2,000 feet. That means that's what the correct distance is. It may be 40 or 50 feet. That is going to be adjusted. And we need to amend that our maps to make sure that we're only maintaining what we're supposed to be, and make them correspond with the plat map with a distance contingent to the installation of the cul-de-sac as designated on said plat map. Installation of the cul-de-sac at the plat map location will be the responsibility of the property owner. So it's not costing us anything, we're just merely making our records correct. So at this time, I guess we have a small map there for you to see the drawing and how we would adjust that back to the original line.
Mike, is there any legalities involved in doing this?
You're not terminating the road, if I understand it.
We're merely making the road the same distance that we agreed to adopt when we did the first one.
I guess the only question would be, are they going to go back and fix the cul-de-sac?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's the road foreman says that. I've spoken with the engineers involved. They absolutely understand that. It will be the responsibility of the property owner.
I mean, normally speaking, if you're going to terminate a road, county road, you have to have a hearing.
We're not terminating.
You're not terminating it,
We're making it, we're going to maintain what we said we'd maintain, what we measured, and through no fault of ours, it got extended, and we're trying to reinstate it back to the original number, original distance.
The only concern I have is how you're going to affect lot number 40.
Do what?
According to the new map, the cul-de-sac may affect lot number 40.
I don't know about that. All I know is we adopted in this distance, and we've been maintaining more than that, and so we've been doing that illegally, I would think. And this is going to restore the distance to the legal distance we adopted in '97.
The only thing I can say is I understand what you're saying, Judge Daniels, and you're saying that you're not terminating the road, you're merely moving the road back where it was. And I don't see any problem with that part. The map does show possibly, if I read the map right, and I may not be reading the map right, but the map shows that maybe the new cul-de-sac or proposed new cul-de-sac will be going over private property.
By the
The
way,
map is right.
say what now?
It's the proposed new cul-de-sac. It looks like it's showing going through lot 40's driveway.
It's where it was going to begin with.
I mean, that would be the issue that I would have, because we're now changing the cul-de-sac and we're changing the road right away on somebody else's property.
I disagree with you.
Well, I don't know, I'm just reading what the map.
We're not changing anything. We're saying we agreed to adopt the road to this point, and somehow it got extended improperly.
That part I understand. And that
And
makes
we've
perfect sense.
been improperly maintaining that, and all we're saying now is we're going to maintain what we agreed to maintain in 1997.
That I understand. And everything you said makes sense. But what concerns me is now we're going back and you're changing the road now, and you're changing the actual road trajectory on the private property.
I don't think so.
Well, I'm just looking at the map, so I'm showing.
Well, I understand, Mike, but how can we be doing something that we've been doing illegally for all this time, and now we find out we've done it illegally, and now we're trying to make it legal?
Well, Mr. Daniels asked me what I thought the legalities are, and I think that's the one issue I see.
Well,
The one issue I see is,
I'd a whole lot rather be saying we're trying to correct a problem. There's been a mistake, and we're going to correct the mistake. This is what we voted to do 10, 12 years ago, or whatever. Or 19 years ago. And we're going to correct it, period. Now, if that's wrong, I don't know.
well, that's the only issue I see, Mr. Daniels.
And the only thing we did on, that I know it's been done on lot 40, I think the owner of lot 40 might have infringed on the original piece of property there and then had to go back later when the property owner found out about it and pay the property owner for another part of the lot.
Well, he may have bought, I don't know.
That's what
I mean, I don't know if he bought more property or, I don't know anything about it other than, the only thing I see is the circle of the cul-de-sac is going from point A to point B, and then point B takes in a portion of lot 40.
well,
That's the only thing that concerns me.
I don't know that it's taken a portion of lot 40 any more than lot 40 improperly. Let me get a bigger map here. Right here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about it. Hold on.
The thing that I can see is this property owner is
There's the original mapping.
This is originally the map that occurred when we, this is 2015. This is 99, okay.
Yeah. Now, owner of lot 40 built his house over onto the property owner in here, Mr. Franklin. And had to, Mr. Franklin pointed that out to him, and he had to go back and buy additional property from Mr. Franklin because he had extended over on Mr. Franklin's property. Yeah.
This map kind of looks different than this map. Well, this is showing the right of way here. And this one's showing, see, this map's not showing the driveway either, so I can't,
Well,
hard to tell.
that was done in 2015, or 99.
This one's showing date of 2016.
Where's the surveys done here? Date of surveys 7/28 and 8/3 of 1999.
Yeah, and then this one here on their sheet shows July 2016.
That's because that's the first time they mentioned it to me about having it changed. And I sent Sam out to talk to him. Sam comes back with these maps, shows what the original intent was, what the original adoption was. It's right here. That map shows how far down here.
Yeah, I've got all that. I've got all that. That part doesn't concern me legally at all. Because all you're doing is you're not actually terminating the road, you're just shortening the road, which you have a right
It's
to
all,
do.
yeah.
The only issue I see, to answer your question, is it looks like now you're taking in part of this guy's driveway,
If that's the case,
if that's the case.
then I would think that this guy he's taken in part of this property to begin with, the property owner had.
I can't tell. I mean, I can't tell because
See the dotted line?
this looks like this is an addition to the.
That's what he
real
bought.
estate.
He had to buy that because he encroached on the property owner on this side.
Yeah. So he bought this piece, so he owns this piece. Is this piece part of this, or does this go out further, or how does it?
I don't know, I don't really care. All I know is we adopted this road in 1999 to this point right here. We have been improperly operating that road, or maintaining that road since 1999, and now we're saying, it's been called our attention, and we're saying we're going to maintain exactly what we agreed to adopt.
Okay, so who's going to redo the cul-de-sac?
The landowner here, or here, not us.
So when they redo the cul-de-sac, we're still going to maintain the maintenance on it, right?
We'll maintain the cul-de-sac.
So the question then becomes, gosh, that's a tough one.
A tough one.
Yeah. That's going to be a tough one.
I think it'd be tougher if we tried to say that,
That we take it in this much.
yeah, I think,
Is there any way to re-engineer this so that we don't
listen,
take out a whole Ben's concrete driveway?
all I'm interested in is doing what we said we'd do.
Right.
Period. We've done that, and that's official.
I understand. I'm just concerned that we're changing the contour of the road too.
We're not changing the contour of the road. We're adopting the road as it existed in 1999.
Right. Except, yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's 15 years to use the driveway the other way.
I don't know.
Yeah. I need to think about this.
Well, think about it. But I recommend that we do exactly what we agreed to do. Now that we know that we've been operating illegally, I think we need to back up and say, nope, we're going to take care of what we agreed to do, period, that's it, end of story. Now, if that's wrong, I'd rather be on that side than on the other side, I think. But you're the lawyer.
Yeah. Can I keep the big map?
Huh? Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I need to look at this and research a little more.
So, why don't we defer action on this until the county attorney has had sufficient time to review the map and give us a render us an opinion. I just think it's a matter of simplicity that we agreed to do something. We've been doing something more than that illegally, and now we're trying to change it back and end it right there. Okay, next item, that's all we've got, I guess, on the agenda at this time.
Judge, you have the library.
I'm getting ready to finish up here. That's all we've got on the agenda, all the specific items. However, we do have a couple of issues we wanted to talk about. Got a call Friday from Mrs. Daniel, the librarian, with regard to their tax rate. She was wanting to try to get this in to the system, and like we said before, a lot of times some people run behind schedule, and it creates problems, and I appreciate Karen, you trying to get this thing in as soon as you can. I told her that we would initiate this action that they took. You had a special meeting, was it yesterday, today, or?
This morning we had
Okay.
one. And the Kentucky Department of Libraries and Archives want to extend their apologies in the last of what happened, because they had to contact the cabinet, the revenue to get the quotes.
We just got ours, Karen, Friday. We got one of them Friday, I think.
Well, we were told that they forgot us, so that's why we were so late. Last year we were a month ahead.
Yeah. Well, we'd rather be ahead of the game than behind. But a quick review of this indicates that you all have adopted the same rates essentially as last year.
Well, the same rate we've taken the last 6 years, actually.
Yeah, that's the compensating rate.
And that's not the compensating rate. Compensating rate's 9.1, we're taking 8.5.
Oh, that's right, 8.5.
Uh-huh.
What did I do with that?
The real property is 8.5 and the personal property is 11.75.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. And then the automobile and the watercraft was 3.66, wasn't it?
Been that since, I think, 1979.
Yeah, and motor vehicles, pardon? Oh, yeah, I just was looking at some of these numbers. The rates that the board has certified is 8.5 cents per $100 assessed valuation of real property and 11.75 cents per $100 assessed valuation on personal property. That's exactly the same as it was last year, is that right? And then 3.66 for watercraft and motor vehicles. So I need a motion to accept the library's tax rates for the coming year.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Daniels,
Second.
second by Commissioner Gamble. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That's all that we have, except as a matter of information. I'd like to say that the project, the Van Leer Sewer project that we've been working on now for a couple of years, knock on wood, we have completed, Johnson County has completed its assignment of securing all of the right-of-way and easements for that project. I can't thank those people enough that live in the area along the route of that sewer line. The project proposes to extend from the closed landfill up on the hill up above number 5 store and at the old landfill all the way back down to Pile Addition, actually almost. And we all, in addition to, I think there was 20, maybe 20-some pieces of property that we had to buy. We stayed on state right-of-way and county road right-of-way as much as possible, but we still had to get the agreement of 20-some people or so or easement for the road, for the sewer line itself. Plus, we had to have that would be a gravity feed sewer coming from the landfill. So when we got down to Powell Addition, in order to let these people get into the existing sewer system, we had to have a pump station, because that's a force main through there. We had to have a pump station to overcome that pressure and let these people that would want to have sewer line be served. And if those people had not agreed to let us have the right of way that we did, we could never have accomplished what we were trying to do. One of the biggest headaches that we had, that we ran into, was we were very limited in the location for this pump station. There was only 2 or 3 places that we looked at that would be sufficient, and either one of those locations would have reduced the number of people that were eligible or that could hook on because of the location not being down close enough to where the existing line is, and those people below the pump station could not get service. We were able to, we met with the property owner up there, a gentleman whose family has been very community oriented. I've known him since the 70s, and although most of the family has moved away and gone now, we do appreciate so much the sacrifice they made, and made about a half an acre of land available to us for a permanent station. So now the only thing we're waiting on is a MOA, a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, between Division of Waste Management and Johnson County Fiscal Court, and I suspect Paintsville Utilities, because Paintsville Utilities obviously has the utility presence in Johnson County, and they have agreed to operate the system once it's built, and then anybody that hooks onto that system, we're offering a free tap in areas right now. If somebody's already got an existing line, and they don't necessarily want to hook on right now, they don't have to under our ordinance. But in the event, in the future, should they want to, they have a free tap on that line that we gave them in appreciation for their giving us the easement. We appreciate that so much, but the only thing in the way right now is what might be some bureaucratic red tape that we're going to have to jump through some hoops, or we'll do the very best we can do to get that taken care of. Another bit of good news, I'm pleased to announce that we just added up all of our blacktopping that we did for this year in a time, I don't know how Sam continues to do this, but our road department is certainly to be commended. At a time when other counties and city governments and other local governments are really suffering, we continue to be fortunate and being able to provide better roads and safer roads. The list that we just finished up, and we paid for everything except one invoice that we haven't been billed for yet. We will pay for that as soon as we get it. Will put us right at $1 million this year in blacktop. Roughly between $960,000 and $1 million. And that's just almost unheard of. We've been able to do that the last three, this will be the 3rd year. And again, I want to commend the commissioners for their good stewardship of the county's money and the taxpayers' money, because that's not easy to do. That's an awful lot of money. And we're very fortunate to be able to continue in this day and time with revenues in the tank and not looking like it's going to get any better anytime soon. We're blessed to have some money in our road fund that we're able to continue to do this. So I want to thank the court And I want to thank the road department publicly for their activity this summer.
This is the earliest we've been able to get our blacktop finished in a year or two. I think it's all due to the ladder
And nobody else done any more.
from the mountain.
That's it. That's exactly right, Paul. But, Gary, I've got your activity report here. Is there anything specific or special that, I know every time I look up, you're going someplace, another meeting or?
Nothing in particular on the activity report. I just wanted to remind everybody and mention that September is National Preparedness Month. I'm sure you've seen it on TV or heard it advertised. And just want to remind the citizens of Johnson County to have a plan and be prepared. I've already been pushing out information on our emergency management Facebook page and be doing some media releases here in the next couple of days. And there's a lot of information out there from FEMA, from Homeland Security, and of course we all know what yesterday was. And, you know, I know that was on the minds of everyone. You know, we remember where we was at and what we was doing on that day. And, you know, force preparedness, people need to try to prepare the best they can. You know, have an emergency supply kit, a little bit of supply of water and food, because we never know. And Johnson County's been through a lot of disasters the past few years, you know. And, but it always pays to be prepared.
Well, I agree with that, Gary. We appreciate certainly everything that you guys do. Of course, you're at the forefront about everything that happens, and that those kinds of anomalies in either weather or human nature or whatever. But we're fortunate too to have some really good top-notch first responders, and you can't help but admire those people when I pass them on the street or see them on the scene of a fire or accident or some declared emergency. They always perform well and represent Johnson County well. So it's a credit to you and all those other guys, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Judge. And myself, and I know all the first responders really appreciate the support of this board. And you've all done that, you know, above and beyond. I appreciate it, and I know that. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. That's all. Anybody else here got anything to say for the good of the county? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
And a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, motion carries.